Alright, so this is a little bit unusual for me. I'm actually doing a Battleship replay. Now, lately, like probably like my past 2,000 games, I've maybe only played 100 games of Battleship. Maybe a little bit more than that, 150 games of Battleship. That's because I decided that I don't really like Battleship gameplay that much. Um, but I guess this was after a really long day of like shadowing, or interning. Um, and I was just really, really tired, and I guess I want to have some fun. So I decided, like, what if I just played like Lemming Spammer, or his actual in-game name is Wongspammer, but I just call him Lemming Spammer because he has a habit of just like positioning incredibly aggressively in Battleship, and most of the time it actually ends up working extremely well for him. So I'm like, what if I just try that? What if I just hop into my Montana and just press W and never stop pressing W and just have that be my mentality. Just see what happens in a high tier game. Just have a go. So this is my attempt to be the legendary Lemming Spammer. So normally when I play my battleships, I do like to conserve my HP a little bit at the beginning of the game. So that way I can make like a big push mid to late game if I see an opportunity. Um, but and so I'd probably be making a move to just hover around B and C and not really commit to one area, and try to take good shots at enemies trying to get a position. But since I'm deciding to do this, I'm just gonna charge straight through B or C, and I think it's gonna be C because we actually have a destroyer. We have a destroyer that is going to be scouting out C for me. Okay, first target up is in Edinburgh, so I turn my guns to him because I'm fairly certain he's going to get spotted again sometime.
Fighter airborne.
Looks like he's slowing down, so let's just pray to RNGesus that something hits. And we do get 7,000 damage. A little bit disappointing, because one of the shots was actually a bounce. And I don't actually recall very much armor on the Edinburgh front on that I can actually bounce on, so I don't really quite know what happened there. I was expecting a somewhat bigger salvo, somewhere in the region of, I don't know, 13,000, 14,000. Maybe 2 to 3 normal pens, and not as many overpens. Take a shot against the GK. This is, I missed out on some damage here, because I just take a poor shot. Like I said, I haven't really played my, I haven't really played my battleships that much, so I underlead him pretty heavily. I still feel like I should have done a little bit more damage than that. Oh, that is just unfortunate. I really, really wanted to nuke the Baltimore. I hesitated a little bit because I wanted to make sure, it's like, oh, is he gonna speed up? Is he gonna, keep going in reverse? I wasn't quite sure. So I just took the shot I had, hit the GK for not really that much, like 10k-ish. Okay, so, oh, this is really nice. That is an easy target. Bye bye. See you later. Boop. Dead.
Enemy cruisers sunk. Off to a great start.
And because there's so many ships, normally, okay, that wasn't a great shot. Normally what I would do is I'd go around the island over to the left side, kind of kite away and be in a bit of a standoff position because my team's still pushing in behind me, and there's so many ships in front of me. But this game I'm pretending to be Lemming Spammer, so yeah, there's no room for that. There's simply no room for that. See some AP fired at me by a multitude of ships. Gonna try to get up to that island for cover, and oh look! Ah ha 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 ha, bye bye. So that's do 2 dev strikes on British cruisers to start off the game. And because I never hesitate or slow down once, since I just go full charging in there, these torpedoes actually miss me. If I had slowed down or hesitated at all, I would have gotten nailed by torpedoes. But since I'm just like full speed ahead, the torpedoes completely miss me. Find that pretty funny. Fire salvo at broadside NC. Get a nice citadel.
Target penetrated.
Oh my goodness, Kuryazov, let's nuke him. Fortunately, my guns are a little bit slow to reload, so he gets the opportunity to angle out before I'm able to fire. And in this case, I'm actually waiting for him to commit to his turn, because I feel like I can hit him better. Because I really, really want a rear citadel. Unfortunately, RNG says no. So I was waiting for him to straighten out, so that his athwart ship armor would be flat onto my shot, because Montana's pretty accurate. I felt like I could penetrate his stern and then get that citadel armor, rather than shooting him while he was somewhat angled. And so now I'm actually going to back up. I'm taking a lot of heat and my Demcon is down.
Problem solved, sir. The ship is on fire. All stations requesting fire on the designated target.
Fortunately for me, it does not look like the GK is going to be long for this world. I don't shoot him here because I recognize he's completely screwed, so I take another punt at the Kuryazov. I threw up my plane because why not? I'm just hitting my buttons at this point.
Fighter airborne.
And instead of waiting back to heal, I am going to, well, I'm going to charge. This shot, I thought he was going to try to pull the thing that I like to do on me, which is to, you know, full turn out and slow down, but he just drives in a straight line. This is definitely a case of me giving my enemy a little bit too much credit when it comes to intelligence. I thought he was going to try to juke me. He doesn't try to juke me. Not in the slightest. So, North Carolina. Again, the smart thing, I guess, would be to stay and heal up a little bit, wait for my team to push up, and then go in. But, nah, what's the fun in that? So, I'm hoping this NC will turn to the right, so I can just nuke him. I don't feel like just shooting a superstructure. I'm a little bit more greedy than that. So, I'm anticipating at some point either he's going to turn and I get to nuke him, or another target's going to come up. Another target. Oh look, GK. Yum. Delicious. And I'm going to angle in heavily here. Most of the shots actually splash off my deck. Because I made that last second turn in. Double fires, I'm on repairs and some pretty low. I predicted the GK is probably going to die to Torp, so I targeted the Baltimore. And I'm actually gonna put myself right here because I want to murder that Baltimore. I want to finish him off. Unfortunately, the DD completely cock blocks me. Like this is not cool. This is some like major cock blocking right now. Like I got the whole enemy team. My adrenaline rush is kicking in because I'm on 1/10 of my maximum health, and I just don't want to be cock blocked right now. But enemy DD is like, no, you don't get to have fun. It's not. That's not cool. Having fun's not cool. All right. Well, this isn't looking too great. I do have my heal off. So I'm going to try to hump the island again, but unfortunately it is a little bit too late. The North Carolina was able to completely unmask and smoke and get all guns on me, even though I was angled pretty well. I think he super structure full penned me, which is a little bit of a bummer. But yeah, that was basically my match. The rest of the match is pretty standard. Actually, it was a little closer than I thought because even though we have them completely surrounded, we do like a good amount of ship trading. Well, let me switch ships. This is kind of weird. Well, we get to watch me sink. Always fun, right? Boopity 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 boop. Wah wah wah. Ugh. Anyways, yeah, that's usually don't play like that, but this was a lot of fun, really. It's constant action, not too much waiting around, and I got to dev strike some British cruisers, which is always fun. I don't think any of the enemy team really expected for me to charge off quite that hard, which is why they're unprepared. Like the Edinburgh was like, oh, there's no way that Montana's pushing through sea or past the cap, and then suddenly I'm 7 kilometers away. Inventar got caught out as well. So did MK and their Baltimore. They just, I guess, didn't think that the top tier battleship would have the balls to go ahead and do that. But this was me not really giving a fuck. So. Oh, now I can move the camera around. Okay. Interesting. Whoa. Replay controls, please. What are you doing? What are you doing, mate? What are you doing? Uh-oh. Looks like this Missouri's on his last legs. Boop. See what this Fletcher's up to. But yeah, this actually ends up at one point being a 5 versus 3. So it's very possible that if I hadn't made just like such a massive push and caught out both their RNCLs at the beginning of the game and dev strike them both at the beginning, this match could have been a lot closer, and we might have actually. There's definitely the possibility that we could have lost it. So thanks, lemming spammer. You saved a game. Maybe, I don't know. Hard to say how these games will play out sometimes. Anyways, I think it's really cool to try out different play styles. Like if you observe other players and you see them playing like way differently than you do, but also doing like really really well, like Wongspammer does. It could be worth it to just try out their play style for a game or two, and just weigh the pros and cons. Because I feel like my playstyle could definitely use a little bit more aggressiveness. Probably not quite as much as I demonstrated in the video. But yeah.